Guys, what a crazy weekend we had. We see the first top 20 bank collapsing due to this interest rate burden that the Federal Reserve has put on the banks. And yes, they have speculated, but they did that in a manner that is understandable when you can trust the Federal Reserve at all. And on this situation, USDC, the US dollar coin, which was considered the securest, the most stable of all stable coins, that one has almost collapsed as well. And in this video, we are talking about why this is problematic for crypto in total, how it has been so far, and why we truly need to get independent from this ailing banking system that we have seen failing and failing over and over again since 2008 at least. And yeah, this is what we talk about in this video. Stick with me. Let's go. So what has happened over the weekend? The formerly most trusted stablecoin, USDC, the one coin that was truly backed one-to-one with US dollar, that you could redeem one-for-one for US dollar on Coinbase, the one coin that was regulated by the United States with bank deposits proving that they really have this money. This one coin almost plummeted. It almost went towards zero. I mean, it was caught at about 87 cents, but it only happened because the Federal Reserve jumped in and said, we will make depositors of the Silicon Valley Bank whole. And that means we bail out those who gave money to the bank. Obviously, it's not a real bank bailout. The Silicon Valley Bank will collapse, but the result for the economy is not really different. And it means that there is no real risk anymore involved in depositing funds to a bank, because the Fed will now secure money unlimitedly. So they will just give you every deposit that you have at the bank that was collapsing. So the $3.3 billion of Coinbase, or like Circle actually, that were lying there on this bank account in a regulated bank, they were not, it wasn't guaranteed anymore that they will get back this money, right? So this is why they, the market said, hey, out of 40 billion, 3.3 billion might be missing, which means that the fair value, if this really is missing, of one USDC would be only 91 cents. So yeah, if you bought USDC below 91 cents, you would be still smart, right? But it was risky because of the general situation. Who knew if there was another bank that had USDC holdings maybe and would collapse next day, or if they really tell the truth, maybe they have more holes in their budget sheet. Who knows that, right? So the market overreacted as always. It went down to 87 cents, but then until I think Monday, it was established at about slightly below $1 now again. So no big deal eventually. But what does this tell us in crypto? It does tell us, as long as there is dependency on these traditional markets, we are not really safe. And Satoshi, if you watch this, if you're still alive, and if you watch this video, your invention is actually one that we need to give more value to. We need decentralized money that is not dependent on any of these ailing financial systems of the United States or any other of these countries that is built on debt. We need true sound money, and this is what Bitcoin created. And Why did Bitcoin happen in 2008, 2009? Because of this crisis. Satoshi saw exactly this problem, and the problem is back. Whole crypto has been lied to. The last years, this market has been a big lie. It has been built on dollar. It has been built on dollar, which is crap currency, and it's not decentralized. So whenever this happens and everything is noted in USDC and holdings are crypto companies are holding funds in USDC, then how can we get where we want? On one side, we talk about decentralization, and on the other hand, we use this crappy centralized system ourselves. But why are we doing this? Crypto is not dependent on this system. We can run through self-custody. Everyone can have self-custody. We don't need banks. We want to have a financial system without banks. That's the great revolution that Satoshi brought to us. Why are we not using it? It's not at all surprising what's happening right now. What the Silicon Valley Bank did is not really what other banks don't do. It's just that this bank was unlucky with their speculation. So what did the Silicon Valley Bank do? It took this bet to bet for on these long-term treasury papers, which had bad interest rates, like the interest rates as low as they were and as low as they should stay. And then the Fed changed. The Fed saw inflation is skyrocketing. It's not like coming down as they thought. So they had to increase the interest rates, and these papers that they bought back then became less and less valuable. They went below the price that they bought them and lower, and now they were sitting on a big unrealized loss. Suddenly, a lot of people wanted their money out, and they had to sell these papers. They had to start selling these papers and realize massive losses. And let's think back, who saw that coming? Do you know anyone? I remember all the guys on YouTube here were talking about if interest rates are increasing further, markets will crash, stocks will crash, crypto will crash. But who talked about the banks collapsing? Who saw exactly this coming? I think that we talked about the Fed will do it until something breaks, but we were never talking about the banks breaking. And I question, why did not anyone speak about this scenario that a bank will break? It's because the Fed didn't speak about it. They never spoke about exactly this. They were afraid to speak about it because that would have started the bank run earlier, decreased the trust in the banking system, and obviously a lot of guys on YouTube would have spoken about it if this was communicated, but it wasn't. And this is why it kind of hit us as a surprise right now. We didn't think that this was the one thing breaking after 2008, where we thought that this kind of crisis can't happen again because banks have so many more regulations now and everything is super, super safe. But apparently it's happening all over again. So what are we doing to solve this situation? Now the Fed and the American government, the biggest dogs of all, they jumped in to help. They said that they will continue to help. They will bail out. They will bail out the creditors, those who gave money to the bank. They will bail them out. This is how they try to establish trust back into the market. But overall, the Fed has a dilemma, because as long as inflation is higher than the interest rate, they actually need to raise the interest rate to get inflation down. What will they do? I believe currently they will kind of stick to a high interest rate, but don't decrease them right now. We probably see 25 basis points on top now in March, but they won't go aggressively higher because that will break everything. On the other hand, the market has back this confidence because the government is helping in the worst case. The government will be bailing everyone out. How are they doing that? I guess by printing money, right? By printing money, because where should this money come from? And for our general investment strategy, what does it mean? Stock markets will continue falling or moving rather to the downside as long as the dollar is strong. And the dollar will be strong as long as interest rates are high and as long as the money is not flooded into the system. The dollar could become weaker whenever there's money printing and when interest rates are not hiked anymore, when they're kept the same or when they go down. So what does it mean to crypto? We don't know. This is what crypto was made for in 2009 by Satoshi, exactly this situation. And I'm so excited to see if crypto can be this true hedge against these markets. When everything is crashing, maybe crypto doesn't. Everyone that has zero exposure to Bitcoin and crypto is a real fool in these days, because this is the best, besides gold and maybe some other things that could hedge a bit. We have this advanced technology, and the chances are this is the best hedge in this situation. Obviously, when panic is happening, we will see short-term off sales. We will really see also crypto crashing. But on the other hand, we will recover. And what is the message that we need? What is the message that we need for the future? Get away from the centralized systems. We need crypto being totally independent from traditional financial markets. Traditional financial markets are not safe. They're not secure. And this is why we need to stop the dollar begging. We need to go towards a crypto economy completely independent, where self-custody is a rule, where everyone sees self-custody is the great value that Satoshi brought us. And one last message to end up this video. If we have learned something over the weekend, then that the value of crypto and self-custody is much higher than the current prices are. And this being said, I wish you all the best. Until next time, your Alex.